Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Central Indiana sports fans. Whenever you've chosen to listen to Greg and his friends talk sports, thank you. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt, and this is my new daily podcast, Greg and his friends talk sports, every single day, sometime between midnight and 6 p.m. For 10 to 20 minutes, my friends and I are talking about what Central Indiana sports fans are talking about. Coming up, we have scores and highlights from boys and girls basketball from the CIC and across Central Indiana, with a segment from an interview I did with Brent Brobston following his Frankton Eagles 62-34 win over Elwood, the Eagles' fourth in a row, and with Grant Shouse of the Action Sports Network. He got his first look at Blackford and star Mari Leggett, a 63-39 win for the Bruins over Eastbrook. We'll get his thoughts on what he saw. Also, there was a big game in the Big Ten. The Boom won their fifth straight, and we will look ahead to a busy Saturday in sports. Before we get to that, I want to remind you to like, subscribe, and check out our other podcasts. The Pacers Report on Mondays, IU Report on Tuesdays, Purdue Wednesday, IndyCar on Thursdays, Colts on Fridays, and Fever on Sundays, with lots of other cool podcasts like the College Football Report, the Fight Report, Will Rutherford's Strictly Bias, and we also have podcasts for the Frankton Eagles and the Elwood Panthers. Go check it out and start telling your friends about us. And here's what happened on Friday, June 30th, 2026. We start with boys high school basketball, and as we always do, we start with the conference that was nice enough to name itself after this podcast, the Central Indiana Conference, and that's where Class 2A number 1 Oak Hill resides. The Golden Eagles now 13-0 after an 81-28 win over Madison Grant. Jace Tonigal 16 points, 6 assists, and 4 steals, and KD Simmons 13 points and 5 rebounds for the Golden Eagles. Frankton won its fourth straight game with a 62-34 win over rival Elwood. The Eagles are now 8-4. During their 4-game winning streak, they've outscored their opponents 263-160. I spoke with Frankton head coach Brent Brobston after the game. Here is part of that interview.
All right, Coach, fourth straight win. A lot of good came out of tonight's game, right?
I think so. I think it was a good team win, good camaraderie, got a lot of players in. Was able to see the development of some of the kids we want to see play a lot, and real good win.
Getting to see the JV a little bit, I think that can be valuable later in the year, right?
I think so. We want to see Osborne and Klein and Fair and Spalding play some good minutes in this. They've kind of been the 4 guys that have led our JV so far, and so it was great to get those guys minutes that were instrumental. Cal played a really good second quarter. Greer came in and played a solid second quarter, and Fair played really well in all the quarters that he was able to play. So those guys, I'm trying to get them to the speed of the game. You don't know when you're going to need them at what time, and they're right there on the verge of things. They're leading our JV, but they're also, on the verge of being able to help the varsity too in important situations. So really proud of those guys. It was good to get them in with those 6 that have been playing a lot. And then to get some other guys in down the stretch was important. And being able to see, Asen Barker play and some other kids get in towards the end was really important.
Go check out my entire recap of the Frankton-Elwood game. Also spoke with Elwood head coach Ryan Van Skyok, and having a lot of fun getting to know those two teams. Frankton is at Tri-Central on Saturday. Elwood is at Hamilton on Tuesday. And nice win for Alexandria, the Tigers improving to 8-7 with a 59-57 win over Mississinawa. And Blackford rebounded from back-to-back losses after a school record 13-0 start. On Thursday, I talked to Grant Shouse of the Action Sports Network following Oak Hill's CIC championship victory over Alexandria. I asked him what was next for him. He said he was excited about his assignment on Friday, and that was Blackford's win over Eastbrook. Here are his thoughts on Leggett and the Bruins.
They bounced back in a big way tonight, didn't they?
They completely dominated from the opening tap, man. As soon as they got the ball, it came down, they hit a three, hit back-to-back threes in the corner. And it was, honestly, it was over from there. Eastbrook just no answer offensively in any quarter, but he scored 13 points in the second quarter, but Blackford scored 20. I believe Kevin had Eastbrook 14 of 48 from the floor tonight. They just could not buy a basket, and Leggett only had 3 points at the end of the first, and he ended with 28. And I don't think he scored in the fourth. So he is a really, really good basketball player. He lived up to the hype that everybody had told me about. He has a Division I body. I've not seen a high school player at this level have the build that he has at this level. Now, I've seen Division I players at the 4A level. He is a Division I player playing at Blackford, which is just unbelievable. The one, I don't think it's a problem. It is one of the things that I did notice. One of the things to fall back on with him. He does not defend right now at maybe an elite level, but offensively, he is outstanding. Just defensively, there are some things that, and he will get it figured out by his senior year when he's an Indiana All-Star.
The Blackford team in a sectional like they feel they can win. Did they look like a sectional championship team tonight?
Oh, for sure. I've seen most of the teams in that sectional that they'll be in, which is at Eastbrook, who they beat tonight. I do think that if you can throw something at them, kind of like what Frankton did. I had a chance to talk with Coach Brobston earlier this week. I asked him, I go, so what'd you do with Leggett? He goes, I put my 6'8" son on him and I ran another guy at him. Well, Eastbrook tried to do that, but they don't have a 6'8" Ashton Brobston, you know?
Right.
It's just different types of personnel. You have to adjust. I think you have to adjust in different ways. And once he just let the game come to him, he just took over. But as a team, I really like that Mason Kitterman. That dude is a player as well. And he is kind of this is cliche, but he's kind of the Robin to Amari Leggett's Batman.
Right.
I think that Kitterman would be a star at Blackford even if Leggett wasn't there. And I still think he would star in the same way he does now. It reminds me of a few years ago when they had Luke Brown and Brandon Strobel. Strobel was kind of the sidekick to Luke Brown, who was the main guy. And they really complemented each other. And Kitterman and Mari Leggett are very, very similar in that aspect.
Grant Shouse, thank you so much for your time. What do you got on Saturday?
Saturday, I will be at Madison Grant. They will play the Bluffton Tigers on Saturday night. I will be there. And Madison Grant, I know, is reeling after their 81-28 loss to Oak Hill.
Yeah, the great Craig Teagle, right?
Yep, the great Craig Teagle. Looking forward to talking to him.
Thanks so much, Grant.
Thanks, Greg.
So taking a look at the CIC standings, Oak Hill 5-0, Blackford 5-1. They're really the only two teams left in the race. Blackford is at Oak Hill on February 13th. Around Central Indiana, Hamilton Heights beat Tipton 62-44. The Huskies started 0-7 and have now won 7 in a row. Another amazing coaching job by Chad Ballinger. 2A number 15, LaPel topped Eastern Hancock 67-57. That's LaPel's 5th straight win since their loss to Hamilton Heights, which has to feel a lot better now. Devin Craig had 17 points, according to Rob Hunt of the Herald Bulletin. 4A number 4, Mount Vernon beat Newcastle 63-42. The Marauders now 15-2, 5-0 in the Hoosier Heritage. Pendleton Heights is 12-2 overall, 3-1 in the conference after a 63-45 win over Greenfield Central. It's the Arabians' 8th straight win. Cooper Sims had 23 points, again, according to Rob Hunt. And New Pal, big win over Yorktown, 58-51. Will Davison had 18 for the Dragons. It was Delta 54, Wapahani 51. Ryan Lynch scored at 19 points for Delta. Camden Bell had a game-high 23 points for the Raiders. That according to Cade Hampton of the Muncie Star-Press. In the North Central Conference, Marion beat Anderson 83-64 behind 23 points from Tim Jones. And Kokomo defeated Lafayette Jeff 62-57 in overtime. Kokomo now 11-5 overall, 3-0 in the North Central Conference. Corbin Hamill 19 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals for Kokomo. In the Hoosier Heartland, it was Sheridan 59-53 over Taylor. The Blackhawks now 11-2 overall, 7-0 in conference. That championship will likely also be determined on February 13th when Sheridan hosts Carroll. It was Class A number 8 Rossville 86-67 over Eastern. Junior Braden Teal Hahn 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. Delphi 53, Tri-Central 32. Northwestern won its 4th game in a row and ended Class A number 6 Southwood's 11-game winning streak with a 62-60 overtime victory. Top-ranked Fishers beat Franklin Central 76-28. Cooper Zachary 36 points and a school record 10 3-pointers in that win. 4A number 7 Carmel 68-66 over number 11 Ben Davis. Westfield beat Avon 63-54. It was Garin Catholic 55-53 over Lebanon. Jay Grissom 27 points and 9 rebounds. For the Golden Eagles, Noblesville topped Hamilton Southeastern 56-49. Baron Walker had 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists, according to Richard Torres. 2A number 12 University ran past Anderson Prep 79-36. Junior Joshua Henderson had 22 points to lead the 10-3 Blazers to their 3rd straight win. They've won 6 of their last 7. It was 4A number 3 Plainfield 77-54 over Decatur Central. The Quakers now 17-1. Jay County won its 10th game in a row, 47-39 over Bluffton. The Patriots host Blackford on Saturday, and I hear those teams may not like each other. Brownsburg beat Zionsville 51-44. It was Carroll 58-39 over North White. Clinton Prairie beat Clinton Central 71-29. Crawfordsville 79, Frankfort 43. Daleville defeated Union 76-55. Logan Parker had a career-high 22 points, according to Rob Hunt. Randolph Southern 73, West Del 49. The Rebels scored 51 points in the second half after trailing by 2 at halftime. Winchester beat Tri 54-49. Rochester 55-35 over Northfield. Whitco beat Peru in 4 overtimes, 87-82. Cathedral beat Richmond 93-53. It was Roncalli 48-31 over Center Grove, and Cecina defeated Heritage Christian 73-51. In girls basketball, Blackford won its 10th game of the year, 36-25 over Eastbrook. Pendleton Heights clinched the Hoosier Heritage Conference with a 68-40 win over Shelbyville. It was New Pal 62-59 over Eastern Hancock. Mount Vernon beat Newcastle 46-40. Greenfield Central beat Yorktown in overtime 56-50. Sheridan beat Taylor 55-10. Class 2A number 2 Pike beat Lawrence North 80-42. Brownsburg beat Zionsville 75-34. The Bulldogs had a state record 18 3-pointers in the win, joining 3 other teams to do so, according to Lee Evans of Hickory Husker. Shenandoah beat Centerville 74-54. Cowan 41-18 over West Del. Daleville beat Tri 51-34. Rob Hunt reports that Addison Gothrop scored 23. 3A number 1 Roncalli 74-60 over Columbus North. Chittard 60, Brebeuf 55. Heritage Christian 52, Cecina 34. Cathedral beat Northview 46-36. Plainfield got past Decatur Central 59-55. 19th win of the year for Lewis Cass, 37-31 over Maconaquah. The Kings finished second in the Three Rivers Conference. Southwood beat Northwestern 50-21, and Monroe Central beat Blue River Valley 51-12. Big Friday night game in the Big Ten in East Lansing. It was number 3 Michigan over number 7 Michigan State, 83-71. The Wolverines now in the lead in the Big Ten. Michigan led by as many as 18 points in the first half. The Spartans actually came back and took the lead in the second, but it was too much. Yaxel Lindenborg, 26 points and 12 rebounds. Also, Youngstown State beat IU Indy 85-76. In the G League, the Noblesville Boom made it 5 straight wins with a 124-111 win over the Birmingham Squadron, a franchisee of the New Orleans Pelicans. Big night off the bench for Gabe McGlothan. He had a game-high 26 points. Quentin Jackson finished with 23. Ethan Thompson, 21 for Noblesville. The Boom led 67-46 at the break. Same two teams on Sunday afternoon in Noblesville. Tip-off is scheduled for 3 for the arena at Innovation Mile. Here's what's coming up on Saturday. The Pacers take on the Hawks at 7 o'clock. We hope to talk to Mike Rich on Sunday's podcast. 5 o'clock is IU at UCLA. We'll talk to Grant Shouse, Mike Hutzel, or both of them on Sunday's podcast. At noon, Butler hosts Georgetown, and Ball State is at Toledo. And at 6 o'clock, Notre Dame goes to Syracuse. In Division III at 1 o'clock, Anderson hosts Mount St. Joseph. And in NAIA at 1 o'clock, Indiana Wesleyan's at St. Francis, and Bethel is at Taylor. Lots of good boys basketball games on Saturday. Here are a few of the highlights. 11-4 Frankton goes to 5-11 Tri-Central. 10-4 LaPel at 2A number 1 Oak Hill. The Golden Eagles 13-0. 14-2 and Class 2A number 10 Blackford goes to 12-2 Jay County. Should be a really good one. After its loss to Jay County on Friday, Bluffton goes to 3-10 Madison Grant. A couple of big ones in Hamilton County, including number 1 Fishers at number 7 Carmel. 3A number 15 Guerin goes to Noblesville. And 4A number 10 Pendleton Heights goes to Hamilton Southeastern. Also in the Hoosier Heritage, 4A number 4 Mount Vernon goes to 12-4 Harrison. Just a handful of girls basketball games as the postseason gets underway on Tuesday. This is your reminder that we will have scoreboard shows each night of the sectional. Might be the next day, but we will have a scoreboard show, as well as scores, highlights, and updates on this podcast. 4-16 Mississinawas at 5-15 South Adams. The Indians coming off that heartbreaking loss to Frankton on Wednesday. 9-11 Sheridan visits 16-5 Clinton Central, and 11-11 Western is at 10-11 Rochester. Boys wrestling sectionals all around the state on Saturday at Elwood, Oak Hill, Delta, Frankfort, Jay County, Crawfordsville, Tech, Lawrence Central, Southport, Avon, and Mooresville. We will have all the results for you on this very podcast on Sunday. Hope to have Michelle Garman of the Tipton Tribune and Elwood Call Leader on talking wrestling on Sunday's podcast. And finally, Saturday night, UFC 325 in Sydney. We'll have a recap later this week on the Fight Report with Hanson Crafton. The main card begins at 9 o'clock. That is now on Paramount Plus. And now you know everything I know. Please join Michelle Garman, John Robertson, and me for the Fever Report on Sunday, and Mike Rich and myself for the Pacers Report on Monday. Thanks for listening. Always appreciate it. Oh, just one more thing. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.